Debate, please. Here we go. 3 parts. One player has won the scoring title, regular season MVP, was first team defensive player, led the playoffs in scoring, and won the MVP in the finals. All 5 things. It's only happened 4 times in the NBA. You know who the 4 players who do it were? Jordan.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all.
Stacey King understands something most people arguing online will never truly get. He knows what real championship greatness looks like when you're standing next to it every single day, not scrolling through clips on a screen. King wasn't studying Jordan from highlight mixes. He wasn't breaking down numbers from a sofa. He was right there in the grind, winning 3 straight titles with one of the most unstoppable players the game has ever seen.
You know, Michael Jordan, in career, his whole career played 78 games a year. And that's not even counting the playoffs when you're playing, you know, in the preseason. So you're talking about 115 games a year. That dude probably played in about 112 of those 115 games.
He watched the practices nobody recorded. He saw the mentality cameras couldn't catch. And after living through both eras with his own eyes, he's shutting down the whole debate with facts that hit harder than any opinion ever will. Here's what King said that has everybody talking. In 22 full seasons, LeBron James has achieved what Michael Jordan accomplished in just 13 years of active play. That line shook the room. Let it sit for a second. We're not talking about some small difference. LeBron needed almost double the time to match what Jordan did while taking 2 years off to swing baseball bats. That's not a debate. It's simple numbers. And once you really look at what that means in the greatest ever conversation, the whole back and forth starts falling apart on its own. Just think about it from pure efficiency. Jordan's 13 seasons turned into 6 championships. That's a ring about every 2 years. LeBron's 22 seasons turned into 4 championships. That's 1 every 5+ years. When you put it like that, the gap is massive. Jordan was stacking titles at more than twice the pace LeBron has been able to. This isn't disrespect toward LeBron, it's just pointing out that Jordan's run was on a different level of dominance, and championships are only the start of this efficiency story.
Michael never set out games. If Michael set out a game, he made sure he played at least 25 minutes so you saw him play. Whether it be preseason, he didn't miss any regular season games. But during preseason where most stars sit out,
Jordan grabbed 6 finals MVPs in those 13 seasons. LeBron has 4 in 22 seasons. Jordan won 5 regular season MVPs. LeBron has 4. Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times. LeBron has done it once in over 20 seasons. Jordan made the all-defensive first team 9 times. LeBron has done it 6 times. Every major achievement you list, Jordan reached more of them and in way less time. That's what peak dominance really looks like. But King saw something else close up that most people don't appreciate anymore. The way Jordan showed up, night after night. We're in an era where players sit out for rest, where load management is normal, where stars pick and choose which games matter enough to play in. Jordan did not play in that world. King talks about how MJ suited up for around 78 games almost every single season. That's basically the full schedule. He played through small injuries. He even played in preseason games other stars skipped. He showed up in small cities too because he believed fans everywhere deserved to see him compete. The Bulls traveled to places like Lincoln, Nebraska for preseason games. Most superstars today don't even play preseason in major cities, but Jordan was out there giving everything he had. King remembers the mindset behind it.
So I'm not coming from a biased position where I'm just like, oh, that was my era, so I'm being biased. No, my eyes don't lie. I know what I've seen. And as great as LeBron is, and he's fantastic, but he ain't fucking with MJ. Just based off the eye test and the skill level and some of the stats and the heart, nah, yo, no. I saw MJ play from his prime to his retirement. I saw Kobe play from his prime to his retirement. I've seen LeBron from his prime to his eventual retirement. How this young generation is so dismissive of this stat when they go, well, LeBron James has been to the finals this many, and he won this many times, but he's been this many.
Jordan felt a responsibility to the fans spending money to watch basketball. He understood his salary, endorsements, whole lifestyle came from people who loved the game. So if he was healthy enough to play, he played. No excuses, no days off for small things, just pure commitment to the sport and those supporting it. Compare that to today, where stars sit out back-to-backs, rest for regular season stretches, and treat 82 games like it's some impossible task. LeBron has had plenty of rest days and missed games throughout his career. Again, it's not an attack. It's pointing out that Jordan's approach was built different. His availability was part of his greatness. People knew that unless something serious happened, MJ was going to be on that court. That reliability, that consistency, that warrior mindset separated him from everyone else. There's an achievement in basketball that screams total domination. Winning the scoring title, grabbing regular season MVP, making first team all-defense, leading the entire playoffs in scoring, and taking home finals MVP all in one season. That means you were the best scorer, the best overall player, an elite defender, and the top playoff performer all at the same time.
You come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. And so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so you're like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit out? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta beat it.
Guess how many times this has happened in NBA history? 4. And guess who did it all 4 times? Michael Jordan. Not Magic, not Bird, not Kareem, not LeBron, just Jordan. 4 different seasons where he controlled every part of the game like nobody else ever has. That's not a debate. It's proof of a level nobody else has touched. LeBron supporters love talking about finals appearances like it's the ultimate badge. They'll say he's been to 10 compared to Jordan's 6. But here's what they leave out. Jordan won every single finals he played in. 6 trips, 6 wins, 6 finals MVPs, all spotless. LeBron has been to 10 and won 4, which means he's lost more finals than he's won. Think about that for a second. More losses than wins when the lights are brightest. That's not greatness. That's falling short when everything is on the line. When Chicago reached the finals, the league already knew how it was ending. Jordan wasn't leaving without that trophy. The pressure never rattled him. The moment never swallowed him. 6 times he stepped onto that stage, and 6 times he delivered without a single collapse or disappearing act. That's what real greatness looks like. Showing up strong when there's no backup plan and no excuses to fall back on. LeBron's finals history tells another story. Dallas 2011 will always be remembered as one of the toughest moments for a superstar. That was supposed to be his big moment, the Miami super team, the chosen one stepping into his crown. But instead, we watched him average 17 points and fade when his team needed him most. Jason Terry outscored him in the series. Jordan never had a moment like that. Not once in all 6 of his finals battles did he shrink from the moment. Stacey King saw Jordan's leadership up close, and it shaped everything he understands about champions. Jordan didn't just play beside talented players, he built them into winners. His work ethic and practice raised the whole team. His expectations made average effort unacceptable. Scottie Pippen became a Hall of Famer because Jordan pushed him past his limits every single day. Dennis Rodman's rebounding became legendary because Jordan demanded greatness in every role. Steve Kerr hit massive championship shots because Jordan created those moments and trusted him to rise up. This is exactly where LeBron's style is different. LeBron has always needed established superstars already in their prime to win big. In Miami, he joined Dwayne Wade, who already had a championship, and Chris Bosh, who was already a star. In Cleveland's second run, he needed Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, both elite players, before linking up. In Los Angeles, Anthony Davis was already a superstar before teaming with him. LeBron doesn't take regular role players and turn them into champions. He needs ready-made stars just to compete for titles. Jordan didn't work like that. He stayed in Chicago and turned whoever was on the roster into winners. That's the core difference in how they chase greatness. One built a dynasty from the ground up, the other put together teams made of pieces that were already polished and ready. And this whole argument about Jordan facing weaker competition is something King has heard 1,000 times, and it falls apart the second you look at the facts. Jordan went through Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers. He had to battle Larry Bird's Celtics. He faced Hakeem Olajuwon's Rockets. He went up against Karl Malone and John Stockton's Jazz multiple times. He saw Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, Clyde Drexler, all Hall of Fame level talent in their prime, ready to fight every night. The competition back then was fierce, and it was physical. The basketball Jordan played was way tougher than what we see today. Hand-checking was legal, defenders could body you up all game, and every bucket had to be earned through real contact. A small bump wasn't called a flagrant. Showing emotion didn't get you a technical. It was raw, physical basketball where only the toughest lasted. Jordan still averaged 30 points per game for his whole career in that environment. Drop prime MJ into today's spacing-heavy, freedom of movement league, and he's probably dropping 40 a night with ease. LeBron plays in the easiest era for scorers the league has ever seen. The rules are built to protect offensive stars. Barely touching someone can get you a flagrant, and even looking frustrated can get you a technical. The floor is spread wide open with shooters everywhere. And even with all these advantages, LeBron still doesn't match Jordan's scoring dominance. 1 scoring title in 22 seasons versus Jordan's 10 in just 13 years. No stat out there says LeBron is the more dominant scorer. Now let's talk about cultural impact, something King watched develop in real time. Jordan didn't just hoop, he changed global culture in a way no athlete before or after has matched. In just 13 years, he became the most recognizable face on the planet. He turned the Chicago Bulls from a struggling team into a worldwide phenomenon. People who didn't even like sports tuned in just to watch him. His influence hit countries where basketball barely existed. And the sneaker world tells the whole story. Jordan Brand still runs the sneaker market more than 20 years after he retired. His shoes outsell every current player's signature line combined. Kids today who never saw a single Jordan game still rock his sneakers because the brand became something bigger than basketball. That's cultural immortality. That's influence that can't be measured. LeBron has worked for 22 years trying to reach that global level, but he hasn't gotten close. His shoes don't move like Jordan's. His brand doesn't carry the same gravity. The cultural impact doesn't match. Space Jam proved this perfectly. Jordan's movie introduced him to millions of kids who had never watched the NBA, turning him into a legend bigger than sports itself. When LeBron tried to remake that magic with his own Space Jam sequel, it didn't connect. It didn't spark anything close to what the original did. Clutch performance is another area where King saw the gap right in front of him. In pressure moments, Jordan turned into something unstoppable. The shot over Craig Elo to beat Cleveland, the flu game where he could barely walk but still drop 38 and hit the winner, the shrug game in Portland when he hit 6 threes in one half, and that last shot over Brian Russell to grab his 6th championship. These are the moments that define what clutch really means. When everything was on the line and careers were being written in real time, Jordan showed up every single time without hesitation. LeBron has hit big shots too, but he also has moments where he faded when it mattered most. The 2011 finals against the Mavericks, especially Game 5, stands as one of the clearest examples. He went quiet when his team needed him loud. There are multiple playoff series where his teams came up short because he didn't do enough. When you're pushing to be called the greatest ever, those moments matter a lot. Jordan never had series where people questioned his drive or effort. He never bent under championship pressure. That reliability when it mattered most is what separates legends from all-time greats. King also points out Jordan's defensive dominance, which people overlook in modern debates. MJ won Defensive Player of the Year in 1988. He made 9 all-defensive first teams. He led the league in steals 3 times. Jordan was a true two-way force, locking down the opponent's best player while still being the most dangerous scorer in the league. That's complete basketball mastery. LeBron has never won Defensive Player of the Year. He's never led the league in steals. In later seasons, he's even been criticized for stretches of effort on defense. That difference matters. King also talks about the mental game, something people rarely bring up. Jordan's psychological edge was championship level all by itself. The trash talk, the competitive fire, the way he used any comment, big or small, as motivation. Somebody said he couldn't shoot threes, so he hit 6 in one finals half. Someone questioned his leadership, so he won 6 championships as the clear leader of the team. Jordan turned everything into fuel for domination. His mind was as sharp as his game. LeBron's mental approach works differently. When things go wrong, he often drops cryptic messages on social media. He points toward coaches or teammates. He looks for new environments that improve his chances. He has switched teams several times in search of the perfect situation. That's not the mindset of someone who bends the whole league around his will. That's someone adjusting to circumstances and hoping the pieces fit. Jordan never looked for easier paths or team-hopped, hoping things would line up. He stayed in Chicago and turned that team into a dynasty through pure force of will. Here's what Stacey King really wants people to understand. Greatness isn't measured by how long you play, it's about what you did during your absolute peak. Jordan hit a level of total control over the NBA that LeBron has spent 22 years trying to reach. 6 championships, 8 finals appearances with 2 years of baseball in the middle, 5 MVPs, 10 scoring titles, a perfect finals record, 9 all-defensive first-team selections, a career average of 30.1 points, and global icon status no one has matched, all of it accomplished before LeBron even stepped into the league. The longevity argument LeBron fans lean on sounds strong until you look at what it really means. Playing more years without reaching the same level of peak dominance doesn't make you greater. It just means you stretch good seasons over a longer timeline. Jordan could have kept playing until 45 and chased every record in the book, but he didn't need to chase anything because he already proved everything that mattered. He walked away on top with nothing left to prove, and that's real confidence. That's a legacy locked in forever. LeBron is still playing at 40, trying to add more to his resume because everyone knows his peak didn't hit the level needed to stand alone. When we talk greatness, quality beats quantity every single time without question. Jordan's 13-year peak brought more championships, more MVPs, more scoring titles, and more total dominance than LeBron's 22-year run and counting. That's not an opinion. That's measurable fact. The numbers don't support the idea that playing longer makes up for not reaching the same peak. 2 decades of very good doesn't top 13 years of absolutely unstoppable greatness. Stacey King doesn't even put LeBron in his top 3 all time. He believes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, and Wilt Chamberlain all have stronger cases for the number 2 spot behind Jordan. And that's coming from someone who won championships and lived in that era. Kareem dominated across 2 decades with 6 rings and the scoring record. Kobe grabbed 5 rings with that legendary Mamba mentality. Wilt put up numbers that still feel unreal today. Meanwhile, LeBron is fighting to stay in the top 5 talk, while Jordan sits alone at number 1. And the 2011 Finals is a moment that won't disappear from LeBron's legacy. That was supposed to be his time, the super team, the advantage, the stage set for the crown, and he folded, scoring 8 points in a Finals game, getting outscored by role players and disappearing when his team needed him most. Jordan never had anything close to that. Not in college, not in the NBA, not once when the pressure hit its highest point. Everything King saw during those championship runs shaped how he views true greatness. The preparation Jordan put in, the demands he brought to every teammate, the way he treated every single game like his legacy was on the line. It all built a standard that wasn't up for debate. That level of commitment isn't something you talk your way into. You either reached it or you didn't. Jordan reached it without hesitation. He dominated completely. He won whenever it mattered most, and he did it in just 13 years. The GOAT debate shouldn't even exist. It really shouldn't. Jordan proved everything that needed proving years ago. He left the game as an undisputed champion, with every question already answered. The only reason we're still hearing debates is because a new generation wants their favorite player to be the best ever. But wanting it doesn't make it real. Hoping doesn't change history. And no amount of longevity will ever match Jordan's peak dominance. Michael Jordan conquered basketball in 13 years, 6 rings, a perfect finals record, 10 scoring titles, 5 MVPs, a global impact no one has matched, and cultural influence that changed the world. The math is simple, and Stacey King spelled it out clearly. What took LeBron 22 years, Jordan finished in 13. Case closed. Debate done. The throne has 1 seat, and Jordan claimed it in 1998 when he hit that final shot and walked away untouchable. Everything else after that is just noise. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.